Hey there YouTube. Today I'm going to be installing and reviewing the Armstrong 37 to 80 inch full motion TV wall mount. It's part number 64357 and I got it at Harbor Freight. So the instructions that come with it are amazing actually. It's rare for Harbor Freight instructions to be so good, but they are. Any idiot can follow these instructions. I'm living proof. The bags with the parts in them are even numbered, so you don't have to figure out what's what. It's numbered. Amazing. So assembling this grid is like, I don't know, 8 screws, and it takes no time at all. You just line it up to your TV. Make sure you got the right size screw, because I thought this big TV, the 70 inch, would use the big screws. It doesn't. It uses the smaller screws. The hole's big, but inside there's like smaller threads, so watch out for that. I'm really going to enjoy being able to just mount this and then take the feet off instead of having to twist the TV around to take the feet off, so that's kind of nice that it extends. The only problem with this entire kit is that these bolts, these leg bolts, are way too long to even hold 130 pounds, because they give you 6 of them. That's way too many leg bolts, unless these are made out of like grade 0 steel. The problem for me is that behind this wall is a porcelain tiled shower. So these, without any type of spacer, I actually just used one of the TV spacers, would go right through. So yeah, right on the other side of this TV mount is this tile. I guess you should know that you're going to need a 3/16 drill bit for a stud, or a 3/8 carbide bit for masonry. The hardest part about any TV mount install is finding the studs. You need an eraser. Okay, now the fun of leveling it. The stud finder actually has a level in it, so that's kind of nice. It's very heavy. Okay, good enough. Wow. This mount weighs a ton. It's definitely a stud there. Now we'll put these 2 screws in just to hold it. Try to center it. Looks good. Look at the size of these bolts. No one's steady. First, let's make sure this is level. The right side needs to go up a little bit. That's why a real level is nice, because it has 4 lines there. This only has 2 lines. I guess they were trying to save some pigment. Look at this. This bolt's so strong in here. This drill won't even put it in anymore. Watch. Yeah, the battery's not dead. I still have 85%. Okay. I think 2 of these bolts would be good enough. I could hang off this thing. Ain't going nowhere. But I'll do 4 bolts. And I missed the stud. That got her. Now in the store, I couldn't get these mounts to wiggle, but now that it's secured upon this wall, there's a little bit of wiggle. There's just a tiny little bit of wiggle there. Probably tighten these bolts, but then I think it'll make it harder to move. So I'm just going to leave it because that much wiggle is not a big deal. Okay, so for all of the beefiness that was these bolts and this metal bracket and all this metal, your TV is only held on by 3 tiny little bolts. And the bolts aren't even like pass-through bolts, they're actually forged in this piece of metal. I'd say if you're going to mount anything over 130 pounds on this, this is what I would change. I would drill out these bolts, put some grade 8 bolts in there, and go through these holes with them. Because this thing is heavy duty, beefy, and so is this mounting arm. These arms are really strong, really thick. These, how thick are these? 1/4 inch bolts. So after all this time, the only thing holding my TV onto this table was shipping tape. And it actually worked pretty good. It's pretty strong. Just to keep someone from accidentally bumping it and sliding it off the edge. But now that we have a kid, I can't take the risk, so that's why we got this. Alright, and then you tighten up your mounting type bolts, the 3 bolts, on these tiny 1/4 inch bolts that make me really nervous. Okay. And now after all this time, we can take these legs off.
What'd you say?
Alright, so this is a 70-inch TV. And it has a good amount of rotation. As you can see, all of the flex is at that point right there. So all that fatigue on those bolts. Alright, call me paranoid, but I put a stainless steel 300-pound test. I actually tested these to hold 300 pounds around this part right here so that this one bolt, if it happens to fatigue, it won't cause a failure, and this will hold on to it long enough to maybe not hurt someone. Alright, and it extends a good 17.5 inches from the wall, and then you can rotate it like that. Pretty nice. Okay, so it's been 3 months since I installed this, and so far pretty happy with it. We've actually used the mount to turn the TV so that we can watch TV while we're playing with our son on that mat, and it fulfills its needs. I've extended and put it back probably 10 times now. It is a little heavy to kind of to pull the TV out and turn it because it's kind of big, but the mount is faring very well. Okay, so one measurement I didn't record initially was the distance from the edge of the TV to the wall when you turn it at its full 45-degree angle. So 70-inch TV turned all the way sharp as it can, bringing this rightmost edge as far away from the wall as possible. That measures 36 inches. So it can pull your TV 36 inches away from the wall. But yeah, pretty happy with it. Thanks for watching.